Welcome to Knuckletown.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Welcome to Knuckletown.
A slow burn like a deceiver. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can.
Welcome to Knuckletown, and as we join us today, you know we like to get into all things bare knuckle. Sometimes we can be skewed one way or the other, so we definitely have a superstar joining us today, man. We're very privileged to get BKB, pound for pound, best fighter in the BKB. They don't call him the king for nothing. Jimmy the King Sweeney joining us today, man. Welcome to the Knuckletown, Jimmy.
Thank you for having me on, mate. Appreciate it.
Man, I really appreciate it. So, man, you know, we got into it a little bit earlier. We were talking about a few things, and I want to get into first, Jimmy. I don't know. A lot of people should know you. They may not. I mean, 15-4 record, and you talked about they vacated some of your fights based on.
To get rid of, as I said previously, I was 17-0, and then we've had a betting company come in, and basically because the betting, they've basically started from when they started betting, so the previous fight stuff that I've had isn't on that record because over that. So I'm up on 30 something fights.
Gee, I mean, bare knuckle fights, and you haven't lost many. I mean, it's a pretty impressive record, and you are a true bare knuckler, right? Ain't no boxer, you're a bare knuckle fighter.
Yeah, I'm a boxer, and just so happens I'm quite decent at bare knuckle as well. So.
Well, and let's get into that. I mean, you are pride of the Irish. And we want to talk about the background. What got you into bare knuckle? And you alluded to a little bit this your background. Please fill us in on what got you into bare knuckle.
I'm an Irish traveller. If the people in America don't know what it is, it's basically Mickey out of Snatch, you know. So that's what we are. We're Irish travellers, and bare knuckle boxing is part of our culture. Like we've through years and years, we've used it to settle feuds and stuff like that. Like the best of one family would go out against the best of another family and just get it on and stop arguments. So we've been doing it for years and years. So I've been doing that before I've come over and started doing it professionally.
So yeah, it wasn't much of a change of pace for you to become a prize fighter.
It was normal. It was kind of like, so when I've started, I've had that much like experience in it. So I was that far ahead of the competition. So I was just going through them like a hot knife through butter.
Did you ever win a caravan beating someone's ass?
Nah. Maybe someday.
I want to talk to you also about just the explosion of bare knuckle. Are you guys got to be seeing it there, man. The popularity of the sport across the sport is growing, right? I mean, how do you feel about that?
It's grown massive, and you know, as I said before, it's one of my biggest achievements in helping this sport, the sport that I love, grow as much as it is. When I started, we were fighting in basically in a ring in fields and the hay bales. The boys still doing the hay bales, but if you look now, like, it's massive now within the O2 in London. It's really took off in America, there's Russia, Italy, all over the world. So when I've started, there was none of that really. There was like, you've had your Bobby Guns, like in America trying to like pure fake shit, but you've had that. But look at it now, it's gone absolutely massive over there, and it's gone massive back here as well. So I'm just happy to have done my part for that.
I feel like the more people learn about the sport, I feel like they have a misconception. When they don't know a lot about it, they think it's brutal, or they think it's a tough man competition. They don't realize how much skill, and then when you see it and you actually go live, It's the most
Yeah.
exciting sport live you can go to.
It's still pretty brutal though. It is still pretty brutal, but
It is.
it's a sport. You know what I mean? I remember when we started all that, we've had that conception as, like, obviously I'm an Irish traveller, but everyone thought, oh, it's travellers, or it's gangsters, or it's this and it's that. You know what I mean? And then when they start coming to the shows and families start coming, and they're like, do you know what? This is completely different than what we thought it was. This is actually a sport, and there's skill involved in this, and like, you can bring your family to these things and really enjoy it.
Absolutely. And then, I mean, you know, and it takes kind of people that love, you know, I came in as a boxing fan. You know, I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 90s, whatever, 80s, 90s. I was a huge boxing guy. It was before MMA. We loved the original concept of different styles fighting each other. We used to argue about it, right? You think Kung Fu could beat Mike Tyson? No.
Yeah.
So when it came out, you had it, right? But it seems to have lost that what we're looking for, that edge. And that's why I feel like you got.
Yeah, it's the excitement, because, like, when you watch a boxing show, like, you want to be seeing guys get knocked out. You want to be seeing blood. You want to be seeing excitement. You want to be, but nowadays it's like, so with all fight cards, it's hard to pick. You will have your favorites, but it's hard to pick, right, who's going to win. If you go to a pro boxing show and there's 10 fights on, you could literally pick the 9 that's going to win, boom, boom, and then you'd have your headliner who'd probably be a 50-50, but everyone else you know. And it's just boring, you know what I mean? What's the point? But with all shows, you don't know. That's part of the excitement. You just don't have a clue, because one punch can change a fight. It brings raw excitement back to it, and you just get hooked on it.
Absolutely, man. The adrenaline rush, and you know, I go to a lot of shows. I mean, I've been to like the last 7 live here in America, you know, and it's like, just changes on the inside. I don't really know how to describe it, man, how it feels in the arena. Yeah. And you can break your hand. I mean, so many things can happen in a fight, right? Yeah. I've seen a guy win in all 3 rounds and break both his hands, and he can't fight. In
the last round, you just don't know. I've seen guys get knocked out in seconds. You don't know on this board, and I think everyone loves to see a scrap, you know. Like, everyone loves to see. Everyone. Like, if you're out on a Saturday night and you see a fight, there's about 20-30 people around watching this fight. You know what I mean? No fuckers jumping in to stop it. They just want to watch it. So we bring that excitement. We bring that excitement when we put it into the ring for them.
So let's talk about your dominance in VKB, man. I mean, you've literally been dominating the VKB since the beginning of that, and we've talked about your loyalty to that organization, because you know where you fight around. You know, you said. Let's talk about the same day weigh-ins. I really want to talk about that. You fight at 185. I think there's some huge fights, but you basically walk around close to what you fight at, correct? I'm about 1.5 kilos under my fight weight right now. Oh wow.
You know what I mean? I don't belong in this weight. The reason why I'm at this weight is because I couldn't get the fight I wanted for the championship below my weight, which is 79 kilograms. I don't know what it is in pounds.
We can switch it. You be all right. Go ahead.
Right. So I've wanted to fight the champion of that, but he wouldn't fight me on that. So, well, here's the interesting thing. So him and another guy fought. I've said I want the winner of that fight. That's like. Then he's gone on doing his thing. I think he's fought in America and all that. So the guy who he's beat for that belt, I fought him. I've had a fight for this belt. I won this belt, so I've defended it. My first defense was the guy he's fought. He's did 7 rounds with him. I wiped the floor off him in 1 round. So I've put up a post saying, I want to fight you for your belt. And then he's come on saying, no. There's nothing in there for me. It's a boring fight. It's this, that. And I said, listen, lad. I said, I'm the biggest name in the game. If you beat me, you've met it. No, it's a boring fight. He goes, oh, I'll fight you for your belt. You know what I mean? So then he doesn't want to lose his one, but he wants to fight me for my one. I'm thinking, I'm not even at that fucking weight. I'm like, I have to put weight on for this belt. I'm walking around like a fat guy. You know, like, I don't even want it.
We just talked about that. I mean, say you're at, like you said, 79 kilograms, And or let's just convert that to something I can talk about. It 175. Let's just say the 175. They're walking around at 200 in America.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, because
We do the same day win, and I prefer that, but like even for the other fighters, the safety of that. You're not, first of all, you're not draining yourself down. You're not taking all the water away from your brain and stuff like that. Because if you do a bad weight cut and you fight the next day, you're that dehydrated. There's no water floating around. You can get badly injured. Then you have these guys that do it right, and they're coming in about a stone, 2 stone heavier than their opponents, which is not good either, because you're inflicting serious pain on these guys. So I don't, for fair fights, I don't think it's a good thing doing a day before weighing.
well, yeah, because like you said, you'll have a guy who naturally maybe he's walking around at 180, fights at 175. He just cuts 5 pounds to get, and then you got a guy walking around 205. He cuts
Yeah.
at 170. He's a lot stronger than that guy. He's just stronger.
So for instance, if I couldn't get the fight, so if I went over there to you, and I couldn't get the fight I wanted at the lighter weight, and I went in at the weight I'm now, I'm walking in, I'm weighing in like 1.5 kilos to a kilo underweight. That's me at my top weight. Where your champion or whatever is coming in, and he's burning down about 20 pounds or whatever, and then he's putting that back on. So how is that like a fair fight? You know what I mean? I know it is weight division as long as you make it, yeah, but be fair, but put it to the same day. You know what I mean?
Well, the same things happened in boxing. It got so, out of whack that, you got guys 200 pounds fighting in the welterweight division or vice versa on the night of the fight. So, as a boxing fan, it's not fair. It isn't.
You see these guys putting on like 20 and 30 pounds in a day, and you're thinking, how are you even doing that? And they come in, they look like they're dying on that weighing scale, but then the next day, they come in looking like an absolute different person altogether, and you're thinking, how is that even possible? Which is quite dangerous. Yeah. But even for themselves to lose that much weight, like it has to be dangerous. Like,
absolutely. I mean, like you said, a lot of your water's in your brain. If you lose it high, you're getting it bounced off the ground or bounced off somebody's hand. It's not good, right?
No. So yeah, I'm a full believer on the day of weighing should be throughout the whole thing.
So your next fight, you say you're fighting in Wolverhampton. Make sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. Where is it? Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton. So what's that fight looking like? How far out? What's the date on that fight? How far are we out from that fight?
The 30th of March. So be 2 weeks this Saturday. As I said, I'm fighting the champion from the weight below me. He's coming up to my weight, which really I should be at that weight, but he obviously didn't want to fight me for his belt at the lower weight, so he's come up to fight me for this one, which is okay. I'm sound with that, but when I beat him, if he wants to rematch, it'll be for his belt.
Yeah, that's absolutely, that should be in the contract. You're being gracious. You're allowing him to come up to fight for your belt, and it should be let me come. I understand how that works, right? It should be double champion.
I think I'm like 6-time world champion back here. Out of that many belts, I'm not really pushed about them anymore, So I'll take a big name over a belt any day.
Well, that's just some of the things we've dealt with these different factions. I want to say this, man. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, man. Jimmy the King Sweeney, you're a legend in bare knuckle, no doubt about it, no matter what the organization is.
I appreciate that, brother. At the end of the day, it's all bare knuckle. Every fighter you're basically putting your life on the line when you go into that ring. You know what I mean? We do it for entertainment. We do it for ourselves, but we do it to entertain the fans. So it doesn't matter what company we're. Everyone deserves respect when they're there.
And that's what I'm gonna say, man. I always say, who does win at these bare knuckle? The fans always win, because you're getting 13 fights, action fights, 10 fights, however many's on the card. They're action fights.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And my question.
And the fans deservedly so, because the fans are the ones that keep it going. The fans are the ones that pay the money. You know what I mean? So they deserve to have these good fights and not just one go, quality fights and a big fight card. So fair play to all the fans that come out and spend their hard-earned money on us.
I got a question for a change that was recently made in BKFC, and I want to think what your opinion on it is, Jimmy. So I don't know what size is the ring that you guys fight in?
Fucking shit small.
Over there.
Small.
It's small. It's really small.
Yeah. I think it's about it's either a 14-foot or a 16-foot. It's tiny.
Okay, so then we're coming back more. So BKFC always had a 22-foot round ring, but now they went at 16. So the last two cards have been at a 16-foot ring now, and it's 2 steps from the scratch line. So it has increased the action. It's a smaller ring.
It's like with the bare knuckle, like with the BKFC, you had that massive ring which took the excitement out. But especially if you have a boxer, you just run all day in that massive ring, you know. So with the smaller ring, the smaller ring is still big enough for a boxer, but you're literally in each other's faces. You know what I mean? It's action packed for the whole fight. And when you think of bare knuckle, you think action. You know what I mean? With the massive ring, you're taken away from that. So this is why you have the smaller rings, because you're basically, you have to fight. Your opponent is literally in your face the whole time. So it's action packed for the fans, and this is what the fans want to see.
So Jimmy, you'd say that BKB, of course, BKB and BYB do cross promotion. Have you fought in the Trigon?
I haven't fought in the Trigon yet. It's something I'm looking at this year. But obviously, I have to get through this fight first, and then we'll talk about it then. But I'm looking to do it. Do you know what? I'm a boxer. I've come from a boxing background. I fought the likes of Andy Lee, stuff like that as an amateur. I'm a good boxer. So the bigger the ring, the better for me. So the Trigon is absolutely tiny. So it's one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things where it'll take away my boxing skills. So I'll probably just have to brawl like F. You know what I mean? So, but I'm excited because it gets me over to America, and I'm excited to do it.
Well, and also, man, for the American fans that don't know, man, Jimmy the King Sweeney, man, go to YouTube, watch his fights, man. We're happy to have you over here. You need the bigger audience, man. The biggest audience you can get, for real.
Yeah, appreciate that. So this year I'm looking to get over there, and hopefully I can get over a couple more times.
So, I mean, I got some small amateur boxing background way back in the day, and I couldn't imagine being caught in the corner of that triangle. Man. It's that corner. It's like everything's a corner. You're tracking the corner the whole fight.
I've seen it, but I've seen it, you know, and they have done a cross promotion back here, and the ring that they use in the Trigon in the UK when they come back is actually smaller than the one they use in America, and that's a scary looking ring, you know. It's absolutely tiny. So I've been speaking to
smallest fighting surface in the combat sports.
So look how small you think the one in America is, because they have to get it smaller to fit the stage of where we fight. So it's even smaller again, and it's looking.
So it's a phone booth. It's a phone booth.
Yeah, it's like a miniature phone booth. You know what I mean? I'm looking at that thinking. I'm looking at that thinking, it's not even worth the trip. I mean, well, it's one of those things where you're gonna be busted up in it. It's literally just put your head down, swing like for shit, and just hope for the best. It's one of those things.
Well, man, I tell you what, Jimmy, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, man. You got a fan in me for life. I'll definitely be following you. Good luck with this fight, and please, man, anytime you want to get on and call anything you have to announce, man, you're a friend of the show. We'd love to have you on.
I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for having me on.
All right, man. Anybody you want to shout out? Well, there you go, man. Jimmy the King Sweeney, BKB legend, man, and about wiped out everybody in his division, below him, above him, and like you said, lots of good things there, touching on the differences in the leagues, maybe some reasons why you don't see some cross promotions happen and why you do see some happening. But once again, man, he's always welcome in Knuckletown, baby. Big faces out.
Welcome to Knuckletown.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your feet cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Welcome to Knuckletown.
with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe.